Okay, so I feel like any trichologist should know basically how to look at blood work, lab work, supplementation, nutrition. All those things are really important. So let me go back. When you're building your perfect trichology program, the first thing you want to look at is your three, like how deep you want to be in trichology, right? So don't just pick a program because it only costs $700, or don't pick a program like, oh, I'm going to be official because it costs me $12,000, $18,000, right? Look at where you want to be. Do you want to supplement your cosmetology, or are you like, when I'm done with this, I'm going to be able to do ABC with clients. I'm going to be able to help people. Or am I just going to use trichology to kind of like help along, right? So when you finally pinpoint that down, that's going to be the difference between you saying, I'll take a 3-day course, which is like express or like a practitioner thing, or I'm going to take a 6 to 8 week course, which is usually like an associate, or I'm going to take anything from like a year to 3 years, right? And that's not really including all the other things that you will add, right? And that would be like a full certification. Then I said the next thing is clinicals. Are the clinicals 1 day, 1 to 3 days, which is like more of an express, or are your clinicals going to be like 5 days? Is it going to be a full certification where people come in and you're able to see a live client? You may be able to observe a full consultation and all those things. Then you have your advanced trichology, your nutrition, understanding blood work, understanding how to read labs, understanding supplementation. All those things are really important. Then after that, you want to look at when you're building your perfect trichology program. Remember, because there's no program right now that's teaching all the things, right? So you're going to have to piecemeal it together. The next thing you want to look at is your technical add-ons. What are some of your technical add-ons when it comes to your trichology program? Well, do you know how to properly use LLLT? Right? Do you know what's the difference between your LED and your low level laser light therapy, right? Is there a class that you may need for trichoscopy, right? Because although, when you first join a little trichology program or whatever, they say, get you a scope, child, get you a scope. So now you got this scope, and you looking at the pictures and the client looking at the pictures, and they saying, ew, that's so nasty. And you're saying, okay, right here, I see dandruff, but that's really all you see the follicle, it's either a lot of hair in the scope or it's not. A lot of dandruff or oil is showing up on the screen or it's not, but you don't know how to identify those different maladies that are on the scalp, right? So you're looking at the camera or at the screen the same way the client is looking at it. And they're just like, oh my God, what is this? And you're just making stuff up. So when you think about building your perfect trichology program, you might want to do a technical add-on that would be trichoscopy, right? Also, you want to look at, let me see, okay. Galvanic skin response is something big, right? So doing something like a Zytoscan, something where you can do a body analysis, where you can look at the different stress levels, that's going to be really big. Another thing that you could look at for a technical add-on will be hydrotherapy, right? Doing like those scalp facials, right? So that's something that you could just kind of like, find a vendor or a supplier that maybe sells the machines, and then go through a program where they teach you how to do it, and then you just start to infuse that into your practice. So that's really big. Another technical add-on may be massage, right? Because there are different types of massage that would be beneficial, not just rubbing the scalp, but specific types of massage that would be good for getting that blood flowing and relaxation, stress relief, so that you can help to promote healthy hair growth, right? So like I said, when you are trying to build or trying to go to trichology school, it's like, It's a toss up what you will and will not learn. And so I get to see a lot of different trichologists in one space. And when they're in that space, it's like, oh, I know this. Oh, I never heard of that. Well, why do you know this? Well, why do you do this? Why do you use that? Because everybody is learning from someone that has a different outlook on trichology. So they're not getting everything that they may feel like they need. So when you evaluate, when I'm a trichologist, this is what I want it to look like. I want to serve these kind of people with these types of issues. And I want to be able to do blah, blah, blah. Now, what does that look like? If they have this kind of issue, what kind of things would be a remedy to these issues? Okay, so I need to know how to look at the scope and identify what's underneath the scope based on the type of trichology that I am offering. I need to be able to read the lab work and know that this is something that's missing, or this is something that needs to be increased, and this is how I do that. Another technical add-on that you might want to add to your trichology program is lighting or photodynamic therapy, understanding the different lights, understanding how long they should be on a scalp, understanding that if you do it too long, it could do the opposite or cause an adverse reaction where it causes the hair to fall out. So what does the blue light do? What does the yellow light do? Maybe what's the green light? Should I use a purple light? I know I'm using a red light. Is there a difference between the infrared and the LED? Is there a difference between like having diodes and the LED? So you want to know those things too. Don't just buy a laser or a light or a heating lamp and just be like, oh yeah, I'm a trichologist. So there's different technical add-ons for different reasons. Microneedling or derma rolling, you want to learn about that. Maybe you want to learn about PRP, or maybe you want to learn about the ingredients for results, because a lot of people are purchasing products. They are purchasing a lot of different products, and they have vendors and subscriptions to different places based on the fact that they saw another trichologist using this said product, and they don't understand that you're looking at ingredients for results. You're not looking at, oh, everybody uses this, and this is a really good trichologist, and if they have it in their clinic, I should have it. You don't know how it works, because you literally can maximize. I remember using a product, and I was like, wow, this product is like inexpensive. But when I looked at it, because I knew about the ingredients, I was like, wow. So this is, I can use this. Or if the client is acidic, I can use this. If the client is alkaline, I can use this and bring them, to a place of being pH balanced. And then I looked at the ingredients. Now, what happened was, excuse me. What happened was they stopped using coal tar in the particular product, but they used something else. But because I understood the ingredients, I was able to say, okay, I can still use this, because although they had stopped using coal tar, this did the same thing. Right. And so you want to look at different things like that. Okay. Then you want to look at, when you are building your perfect trichology program, so that you can be successful in your practice, you want to look at all the business things you need. So you need pricing, right? You need scaling business. How do you scale? You need training on your consultation, because there's an art to consultation. There's an art to consultation. There's an art to going from a free consultation to a paid consultation, whether it be virtual or in person, and then actually doing the consultation in such a way that you are able to close the deal, so to speak, so that the client feels comfortable with coming to you. There's a difference between giving out all the information and then they take all this information. They feel like they don't need you. They actually do. The client actually needs you, because they need you to apply the systems that's going to help. But you've given out all this information. It's like, well, let me Google this and let me buy this, and then I'll be fine. So those are some things that you have to look at. You also, in business, when you're building your perfect trichology program, you want to look at how to make a treatment plan. You want to look at protocols. You want to understand that protocols make up a treatment plan, right? So I don't want you to get confused. You got to look at the fact that if I put enough protocols together, it makes a treatment plan. Because why? Most of the people that you're going to see have more than one type of hair loss, or they have more than one type of issue, which means that you have to have a protocol in place for each of those things. You make those work together, and that would create your treatment plan, right? But if you don't learn that in your trichology program, why don't you learn it? Because they're just trying to get you that information. What are the body systems? Some light nutrition, talking about the different types of hair loss, talking about, different types of dandruff, talking about oil, talking about those things, right? Maybe setting up a business very lightly, like, oh, you need an office, or you want to network with doctors and all that other stuff, but they're not getting deep into it where you can really use it. So you want to know the difference between a protocol and a treatment plan. And once you get that, you want to know, okay, well, can I put these protocols together to make this treatment plan? Because that has a great bearing on your pricing, right? Also, you may want to learn about referral programs, right? There could be like some referral programs that you are not putting together. And so that's going to be a big thing. You want to consider, is somebody going to train you, or you're going to look for somebody that will train you how to onboard? What happens when the client comes in? What's the first thing that happens? What systems do I have in place? Also, maintenance plans or follow-ups is a really big thing. The next thing is niching your skills. Okay, niching your skills means that, let me see. Niching your skills and your practice is going to be big, because when you think about niching, right, you're thinking about, am I a bridal trichologist? Am I an aesthetic trichologist? Am I an integrative medicine trichologist? Am I a preventative care trichologist, right? Very important. The next thing you're looking at is your marketing, your funnels. You're looking at product sales. You're looking at package creation. You're looking at, there's just so many things. Then you have like your advanced, right? So there's so many different things that you're looking at. So if you look at the big picture and you just kind of like map out who you want to be as a trichologist, it's really going to be important for you to like map this out. What things am I going to need? Of course, you're going to add some things and you're going to take some things away, as the time goes. But what will it take for you to be the trichologist that you want to be right now? What do you need to learn? After I do the basics, what other things do I need to add on? I added on cranial prosthetics. I added on blood work and lab work. I added on just different things like that. And so that is my advice for you. So hopefully I have helped you to think about building your perfect trichology program. And if you are building your trichology program or your perfect trichology program, remember, it's not one size fit all. What works for you may not work for somebody else, because you may not, you have different non-negotiables. I don't want to work with somebody whose scalp does da 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 da, or I only want to work with this type of hair loss or this type of issue. And so if that's the case, then you'll know what you need to build your perfect program. All right. I hope I helped you today. Have a great day and